Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So you might recognise this layout. Basically this is exactly what we run before. The only thing I need to change is the EX moves, because I had slightly different EX moves when I did this the last time. So I'm just going to make sure they match up identically, because I wouldn't want anyone to come back and say you didn't do it exactly the same. So this was exactly how it was. So we did our benchmarking. I will link that video at the end, which was how is Dante prior to receiving any sort of buffs. Okay, now this team, if you didn't watch that video, this isn't set up optimized to get high scores. We were literally just taking a benchmark which averaged out to be 6 billion, right? So what we're looking to see is how much more than 6 billion points at the point where I pause the run, which is just as Zangief's about to fire his last missile barrage. Where are we sitting in relation to points? Okay, so again, the benchmark, the target we're looking at is 6 billion. Okay, so we're going to do 3 runs and we're going to see exactly how this comes out, right? So let's go. We're going to run it exactly the same. We did use the EX move in the first slot once. Okay, that's the only EX move we used, so I need to remember to use that here, or else it's not going to be a like for like run. Okay, so it's time to go. So we'll go bang, we'll go bang, we'll go bang, we'll go bang. In fact, do you know what? Give me a second. I just need to make sure I'm running the same combo. Okay, it was a good job I checked myself, because the actual combo I ran was Ryu into Poison, into Dante, into Bison, right? So now I know I'm definitely going to be running the exact same combo. There can be no questions asked about the legitimacy of this comparison, okay? So we're running through, running everything exactly the same. We'll go bang, into you. So now you should be getting both debuff and defense and the enemy's ability to reduce the amount of damage that they take. So we should be, hopefully, seeing some kind of difference here. Okay, I didn't use any other EX moves, so I cannot use any other EX moves in this run, or else it will be unfair. It will not be a fair comparison. Now I can also already see that the damage is spiked. Okay, the damage is spiked quite significantly. Okay, so we're up at 8. So if you remember right, we were aiming to beat 6. Okay, it's 8.7. And it was around about this point I paused that. We're at 8.9, right? So 2 more runs, 8.9. So we've gained around about 3 billion, okay? So, which is what I kind of hoped, actually, to be honest. So we'll leave. We'll do the exact same run again. Challenge. So this comes out again, around about the same. We're gaining like 3 billion extra damage. When you're running this in an optimized team, you're going to see big things, okay? So again, we're just going to run this exactly the same. So you, into you, into you, into you, you, pop this, into you, into you, into you, pop you, into you, into you, into you, pop you, into you, into you, into you, pop you, into you, into you, into you. So I don't think we're seeing quite the same level of damage this time, but again, we're taking an average of the 3 runs, okay? So we're already over 6, okay? We should get 2 more rotations, I believe. Pop you. We're up at 8 again. Should get 1 more. Into you, into you, into you. Okay. You, into you, into you, into you. And then we pause it there again. It's around about a similar kind of bracket. So we'll leave again. And this will be our final time at doing it. Although I feel like I've kind of already seen the difference here, right? But do it one more time. Back onto 1 speed. Pop you, pop you, pop you, pop you. Yeah. I popped that a little bit later there, so it might have made a difference to the score, but we'll not hold that against me, okay? Because we still used it within around about the same window. Shouldn't have made a significant difference. And you can get like slight crit variances, but again, we're sitting a little bit lower. That's probably because I popped that EX move ever so slightly later, but it can even itself out. I mean, all it takes is, there you go, it just evened itself out, right? So, get another maybe 1 or 2 in here. You again. Although I do feel like that, popping that EX move a little bit later might have had a bit of an impact, although. So 7.9, that one was a bit lower, but we did have that issue with me popping that EX move a bit later, but that's still 2 billion complete more. Just because I popped that EX move at a different point, I'm just going to do it one more time so that it's 3 exact runs, right? So again, we'll do this one final time, and this is definitely the final time this time. That's us pop that there, go to here, this is us going to run through this, into you, pop you. Now we pop that the same as we did the last time. So I popped it at the same time this time, so we shouldn't have any kind of weird issues with the score. Pop you, into you, into you. I mean, this does seem far more like the previous runs with regards to where we were sitting at this point, so I've got a feeling this is going to come out around about the same probably. You, into you, with you. 7.6. We'll get another 2 here maybe, so this is going to definitely put us up to that 8 bracket, maybe close to 9 again. 8.1. Should just squeeze one more in, the same as we did the other times, I believe. We'll catch it just. Maybe we won't. Oh, don't think we will, but 8.3, right? So it was slightly different. But again, if you look there, if you take an average of the runs, you're probably looking at around about 2.6 to 3 billion additional damage just with him having this buff on his C2, right? So if you go and look at that other video, nothing's changed. I don't have any more levels on my account. I've not changed any gear. I've not done anything. I've simply just put the units out and run them as they were before, okay? And you could see how Dante was functioning as a buffer prior to his buff. Now you can see, sorry, as a debuffer, now you can see what he's doing. That's a gain of within the ballpark of 3 billion, okay? So that is like a third additional damage just with him receiving this debuff or buff to him. That's significant. That is absolutely significant, okay? That to me tells me that if I run Dante on a team that is optimized for points, so if I go out of my way to build a team that I know can put out good numbers, that can put out high damage, then I'm looking at getting significant scores with him as my C2 for debuffing capabilities, okay? So, do I think Dante has had a good buff? Yes. Now, do I think he's worth going for? Absolutely. Absolutely. I actually genuinely think he might be more beneficial to you and your account than Virgil. We'll look at Virgil in a minute, but I do think that because support units are what enable you to get a lot more damage, I think that Dante has now kind of lifted up towards that upper echelon, and he is going to be one of the top tier support units in the game now, 100%. You've seen it yourself, literally raw numbers, unoptimized team, almost a 3 billion gain, which is what I was hoping for. If you were in my Discord, my guild Discord, you'll know that I actually said to them, if he gains like 2 to 3 billion, that's significant. It's going to mean he's a good unit, and that's exactly what he's done. You will notice there, however, I did not transform. You do not want to build this guy to Fighting Spirit 30. Do not build him to Fighting Spirit 30. If you do not build him to Fighting Spirit 30, he's going to be awesome. If you build him to Fighting Spirit 30, he's not going to be as good a unit, okay? So, that's the takeaway. Build him at most to Fighting Spirit 29, do not build him to 30, and you're looking at an absolute chef's kiss of a unit. he's the one to go for in my opinion. But let's go and take a look at Virgil. Catch you in that one. Peace.